Reed, how nice is it to have that guy sitting next to you back in it?
You don't even know. It's pretty great.
Well, following up on that, Jevonte, talk about what it's been like to get back going again and what you see out of this defensive group coming up this year, because you and Reed see it from the backside looking forward. Looks like pretty good depth.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Finally getting voice my opinion a lot more now that I'm not in the back and shadow of things. We have a lot of returners coming back as far as the defense. I'm confident a lot of guys, the big guys up front, are going to handle that job. We had the most trust in them. Still trying to figure out our corner situation, but for the most part, the defense is looking pretty good.
Okay, this is for either one or both of y'all. Coach talked about toughness, the identity he wants to display. Obviously, defense, being tough on offense, both sides of the ball is good. But defense, laying the leather, all that stuff, I know you're good at that, Jevonte.
Yes,
What about that, and what do you guys feel like you have to do early on to kind of get that toughness ball rolling?
Yeah, speaking of toughness, that's one of the main things he preaches, toughness always. But, me and Reed have both played with shoulder injuries, finished seasons with it. So, I feel like it gets no tougher than that. We have a lot of guys who are determined and dedicated to, having a good year, having a good season, and moving on forward. So, go ahead.
He pretty much said it all. We both play with injuries. Everybody plays with injuries, But I think that what we need to do for our defense is just come out and just let everybody know that we're here. That's just our big thing. Going to the game. So
I think Reed was in this room, but for all of you guys in particular, the post-game locker room after the UAB game last November was one of the more emotional ones I've ever seen. How much did the way that game finished and the bowl game fuel you guys this offseason and now going into camp?
Go ahead, T.
But it fueled us a lot because we really didn't. We wanted to set an identity, but we learned a lot from those guys because it was tough seeing the seniors go through that. And we finally realized that we don't want to go through that, and we're going to learn from their mistakes, and we're going to learn from the mistakes we played. So just going through that was big for us, and it's going to help us and push us throughout the season.
There is some unfinished business. We didn't really, come to play that night. But, we just can't look in the past. It's all about the future and what we can make, what we can do to help this team out, prepare for something bigger.
Terelle, you are part of that skill group that Coach Stock's talking about, that talented with Ty Lee leading the group. How big is it for you guys to come out early, especially in that Michigan game, and take some of that pressure off of whoever's at quarterback?
It's big. We've been preaching that all summer, just us as skill players, that we have to make him comfortable. Even if it's some balls that aren't catchable for a normal player, we have to make those catches to make him comfortable. And just blocking as well. Me and Mob, we've been working on our blocking this summer and working on learning protections and talking with the O-line and getting that communication down pat because we want him as comfortable as he can be. And we want to take some pressure off him by making those plays like Coach Stock said.
Terelle, over here, sorry. Just wanted to ask you about, I know the quarterback situation right now, there's going to be a battle in camp and kind of losing Brent. I know we've talked a lot about Brent, and he's not on the team this year. But how do you feel back there knowing that, you do lose a guy who has been a kind of a rock back there, but you're going to gain a guy now who's going to win the position? Are you confident in who comes out of there and the choices there?
And like I was telling a friend back home, with having a guy like Brent, he left a lot of influence on the players, so that'll make them more comfortable because they had talks about what he did in certain situations of the game and just how he felt. And then me being able to go through those things with Brent and to see, and I can talk to those guys and help them get comfortable. And I've just been seeing the whole competition. They've been very vocal and helping each other out, and I feel like that'll help the team out, them being vocal.
Jevonte and Reed, you both have been here. This will be the third year with Coach Schaefer on the defensive side of the football. It seems like there's been development each year. What's the next step for this defensive group?
I think our next step would be, have more all-conference players. Coach Schaefer mentioned in one of our meetings this past week that if we don't have, our secondary, all 4 all-conference players, and that we didn't reach our expectations. So we got a huge goal going into this season. Like you said, we've been in here for 3 years under his system, and it's a lot of experience, and we can just add on to what we accomplished in the years past.
Yeah, piggybacking off what he said, I mean, just to be good with Coach Schaefer, you just got to run to the ball. I mean, it's pretty simple as that. Running to the ball, just being energetic and doing what's asked of you. That's all you have to do to be successful with Coach Schaefer.
All 3 of you guys, or whoever wants to chime in, non-conference schedule. I mean, you kind of fight your way through that to get to where you get into the league play. The style of play that Michigan and Iowa bring, how to compare that to what you're going to see with TSU and Duke, who's a skilled team compared to the size. What are the challenges from both those type of styles?
It kind of reminded me of Minnesota last year. For me and Reed, it's a fun game. We get to get down the box, do a lot more tackling, what we do best. So, I mean, I enjoy it. I'm really happy for games like that. Wish we played more of those kind of teams. But speaking of teams like TSU, spread the ball out. That's what we do. That's what we're more comfortable with. So we rather see people spread it out, try to get us on the edges and stuff like that. We're best comfortable, and that's what we do best.
For either 3 of you, how important is it for your new quarterback to win over the locker room in the same way that Brent did? Or is it just a skilled position and you don't have to talk to him?
Just like we said, we can make him comfortable. That's the best thing, making him comfortable. And if he has that personality to take over the locker room, he can. But if he doesn't, we can be more vocal. Like, we got guys on defense that are vocal, and me on offense, and Ty Lee and CJ. So it's just finding his personality and making sure he's comfortable with being vocal, but just let him realize he doesn't have to step out of his comfort zone, because we got other guys that can speak up and be vocal.
Yeah, like he said, as far as with the quarterbacks, we don't really know who that's going to be. But, when he's speaking of Randall, he's a really quiet guy. He's speaking of Chase, he's not a really loud guy either. But, just letting them play at their own pace and doing what they do best, not forcing anything upon them. But like you said, we have guys who are vocal on the team, and we're going to let those guys be vocal if that's what it comes down to.